Namaste everyone, welcome to Learn with me. We are going to learn today in this class about the voice change in present perfect tense. That means how to change the sentences in present perfect tense from active to passive. So like we know that in all tenses there are together four kind of sentences, and that is affirmative, negative, interrogative affirmative and interrogative negative. Like that, in present perfect tense also we have four sentences: the affirmative, the negative, the interrogative affirmative and the interrogative negative. So today in this class we are going to learn together about all these four sentences and how to change these four sentences from active to passive. So without further delay, let us begin. As you can see, present perfect tense. So what is perfect tense? Perfect tense, if we try to define it, it means the work has just been completed. And the result is still felt. This we can say as a perfect tense. Now if the same thing happens in present time, this is present perfect tense. So we have to remember one thing, that perfect tense itself means that a work that has just been completed and the effect is still there, it can be still felt. So now let us come to the sentences one after the other about the voice change in present perfect tense. So first, let us take the affirmative sentence. Affirmative. Let us have an example first of the affirmative sentence in present perfect tense. If I say like this, I have done the work. I have done the work. That means the work has just been done by me, and maybe the effect or the result is still remaining there. So this one is the active sentence. Now if we change this into passive, it should be the work has been done by me. So this one is the passive one. Active, I have done the work. Passive, the work has been done by me. Now let us try to form the structures of the active as well as the passive sentence in affirmative sense in the present perfect tense. So the active one first. What is there at the very beginning of the active sentence? It is the subject. Then it should be have oblique has. It will depend on the subject, as this one is the first person singular I, so I have used have. Next, what we have? Done. That is the third verb, the third form of the verb. Then we have the object. Then if any other it is there, we can use it. So subject, then we have the have or has depending on the subject. Then we have the third form of the verb, then the object, and at the end we have the others. So this one is the active structure of affirmative sentence in present perfect tense. Now let us come to the negative structure. The passive structure. So let us come to the passive one. If you look at the sentence, the work, that means the object. So the object comes first. Object. Then what do we have? Has. That means again have oblique has. This is as per the requirement of the object. Like this, as per the requirement of the subject, we are using have oblique has. Here also, as per the requirement of the object, depending on the object, we have to use either have or has. Then what do we have? Been. Then the third verb, then by, then subject, then others if it is there. So this one is the active structure, this one is the passive structure of the affirmative sentence in present perfect tense. Active one is subject, have, has, third form of the verb, object and others. The passive one is object, have, has, then been, then the third form of the verb, then by, then subject, and at the end others if we have any. So this one is the active structure, this one is the passive structure. Hopefully this one is understood. Let us come to the second sentence, second type of sentence, that is the negative one. Like all other tenses, here also we have four types of sentences. The affirmative, then the second one that we have, this one is the negative. So now let us know the voice change of the negative sentences in present perfect tense. I will take the same example for our better understanding. So I have not done the work. I have not done the work. This example I have taken in the negative sentence, and that one is the active one. So let us just change it to passive. The work has not been done by me. So this one is the passive one. The work has not been done by me. The active is I have not done the work. The passive is the work has not been done by me. So now let us try to form the structures. What would be the active structure then? What do we have at the very beginning here? We have the subject. So subject plus have or has as per the requirement of the subject. Then we have this particular not. This not differs the negative sentence from the affirmative. Then we have the third verb. Then we have the object. Then if anything is there, we can put it in place of others. This one is the active structure of the negative sentence in present perfect tense. Now let us know the passive one. So if you look at the sentence, what do we have first? At the very beginning, we have the object of the active voice. So we should put it here at the very beginning, object. Then what do we have? Has. So it should be have oblique has, then not, then been, then third verb, by, subject, and at the end, if anything is there, we can put in place of others. So this one is the active structure of the negative sentences, that is subject, have, has, not, third verb, object, others. That is the passive structure. Object, have, has, not, been, third verb, by, subject and others. So this is all about the negative sentence in present perfect tense, the active as well as the passive. Next, let us come to the third one, the third type of sentence, that is interrogative affirmative. So after the negative, we would have both the active and the passive structure along with the example of the interrogative negative sentence in present perfect tense. Okay, so the third type of sentence that we are going to deal with now is interrogative affirmative. Interrogative affirmative. Now interrogative means all of us we know the sentences that ask a question. Affirmative means all of us we know. So let us have an example, the same example. Let us take the same example and let us have it in interrogative affirmative form. So have I done the work? Have I done the work? This one is interrogative affirmative. Have I done the work? Now if we are trying to change it into passive, it should be has the work been done by me? Has the work been done by me? So this one is the passive one. So have I done the work? Active sentence. Has the work been done by me? Passive sentence. So let us try to structure these two sentences properly. So first one is let us have the active structure. If we try to form the active one, so first it should come like have or has. Then what do we have? The subject. Then done, that is do, did, done, the third verb. Then what do we have? Object. Then if anything is there, we can put it there in place of others. Then at the end, obviously we need to put one note of interrogation. Why? Because this one is interrogative sentence. So the active structure is have oblique has, then we have the subject, then the third verb, then the object, others, then a note of interrogation. That one is the active structure of interrogative affirmative sentence in present perfect tense. Let us have the passive structure, the passive one. If we look at the sentence, at the very beginning, what do we have? We have like this, have oblique has. Then what do we have? The work. The work, that means the object. Object. Plus what do we have? Been. Then the third verb, then by, then what should we put? The subject. Then if anything is there, it should go to others, then obviously a note of interrogation. So that is what the passive structure is. Have oblique has, object. Object means object of the passive, object of the active sentence. Then been, then third form of the verb by, subject, others, and obviously the note of interrogation. So the active as well as the passive structures, along with one example of the interrogative affirmative sentence in present perfect tense. Now let us come to the very fourth and the last kind of sentence, interrogative negative. So after the interrogative affirmative, we have the interrogative negative. This one also we would take an example. After that we will try to form the structure of the sentence, and like that we will try to understand how to change the interrogative negative sentence of the present perfect tense from active to passive. Okay. So this one is interrogative negative. So let us have an example, the same example that we had in interrogative affirmative. So the same example we are going to use here in interrogative negative sense. So what we had there, have I done the work, that was there in our interrogative affirmative. So here we are going to use have I not done the work. Have I not done the work? So this particular not that we have used here, this suggests the negative property of the sentence. So have I not done the work, this one is in active sense. Let us try to have the passive one. If we change it, has the work not been done by me? Has the work not been done by me? This one you can use. Another you can also use, like if you try to put this not after this has not the work been done by me. So you can have any one between the two. You can use this not after the object, or you can use this not before the object. So it depends on you. You can have any one. So this should be, or you can have either this or this, any one of the two you can have. So let us now try to form the structure. Let us now try to form the structure of this active as well as the passive. So first one we would have the active structure. If we try to form the active structure, what do we have first? We have have. So it should be have oblique has, definitely as per the subject. Then we have subject, then not, then the third verb, then object, and at the end this is others if we have any, and obviously we should end the sentence with a note of interrogation. Why? Because this is interrogative sentence. So have, has, subject, not, the third form of the verb, object, and others. This one is the active structure. Now let us try to form the passive one. If we just try to form the passive structure, it should be like this. Just look at the sentence. Has the work not been done by me? So first what we are going to use? We are going to use have or has as per the requirement of the object. because this object would become the subject here in the passive sentence. So then we have to use the object, then not. Like this, I have already said, this not you can use after the object as well as before the object. There is no problem. Then we have been. Then the third verb. After that we have a by, then the subject, then others if we have any, and obviously at the end a note of interrogation. So in interrogative negative, one active sentence and the passive one of that sentence along with both the active and the passive structure. So the active one is have or has, subject, not, third verb, object, others, and obviously if you have a note of others if we have, and obviously at the end a note of interrogation. Similarly the passive one, if we try to form the structure of that, it is have, has, then object. Object means the object of the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice. That's why have, has, then object, then not. This particular not, as I said earlier also, you can use it here, rather also you can use it here. So then we have after not been, then the third verb, then by, then we have the subject of the active voice, then we have others, and at the end obviously we should put a note of interrogation. So that is the active structure and that one is the passive structure along with example of the interrogative negative. So in this class today we have seen all the four sentences, that is affirmative, negative, interrogative affirmative, interrogative negative, all the four sentences in active as well as in passive sense, and we have seen as per the structure how to change the active to the passive. So hopefully the voice change in present perfect tense, it's been clear to you. Hopefully you have understood. So thanks a lot. Definitely I'll see you next. Thank you.